Hey y'all, DJ Dum Ditty with the Dum Ditty News. Glad to be back here with you. It's been a little while. We're hoping to get everything caught up and get out here and do this a little more often. Today is June the 27th. Now we are going to be switching some things up on our Dum Ditty News from now on. We're going to tell you about the changes as we get to them. But we're going to keep some of the things the same like we do with the old news. We're going to start off with birthdays just like we always did. This is for Lynn out in Arizona. Her and her pasty-ass New York Giants out there ain't going to hold a candle to my daggone Steelers. You hear me, Lynn? I got you. I got your number. All right, let's get to the birthdays, y'all. It was on this date in 1880 that Keller Helen... that Heller Bellin, oh Lord Lordy, Helen, so y'all, my tongue's covering my eye tooth, and not unlike Miss Helen Keller, I can't see what I'm saying. Oh, she was born in Alabama on this date in 1880. It was on this date in 1913 that billiards great Willie Mosconi was born, and again, much like me, he was always a little behind the eight ball. It was on this date in 1930, billionaire H. Ross Perot was born down there in Texas way. He was a 1992 presidential candidate. He ran the Independent. It was on this date in 1966 that writer, producer, and director J.J. Abrams was born. Happy birthday to you, J.J. He's done the latest Star Wars film. He's done several of the Star Trek films. He's done a bunch of other things, too. So happy birthday to you, J.J., no matter how spaced out you are. It was on this date in 1975. Spider-Man was born, y'all. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins the web. Anyway, Toby Keith was born on this date in 1975 in Santa Monica, California. Right up the road a piece in L.A. It was on this date in 1984 that Khloe Kardashian was born. Whew, boy, I tell you what, making me old. When a star like that was born in 1984. All right, folks, that takes care of the birthdays. We're still going to do on this day in history, just like we did before. And in 1652, New Amsterdam. Now that's what it was called back in 1652. It later became New York City, but New Amsterdam was the first city to put in a speed limit, y'all. You couldn't go through town. Now, I don't know what kind of speeding they was doing in 1652 because the car didn't come around until like the 1950s, right? So what in the world? I guess they were running too fast on their horses. So they said, slow down. Whoa, y'all, slow down. That was in 1652. 1778, the Liberty Bell returns to Philadelphia, sans crack. It was on this date in 1915, Fort Yukon, Alaska, y'all, recorded the hottest temperature ever in the state of Alaska. Now, this was 1915, and I'm pretty sure they wasn't talking about no global warming back then, but Alaska, y'all, the northernmost United States, it was 100 degrees. Tell me how global warming impacted that. All right, it was on this date in 1929, the color TV debuts, y'all. In New York City, it debuted as a demo. It didn't take very long for them to start putting some really strange things up there, if you know what I'm saying. It was on this date in 1959. Hammerin' Hank Aaron, y'all, was unanimously voted to the All-Star team. And the reason that's so special is because back then, it was just the players that were voting. So every player in baseball back in 1959 said Hammerin' Hank Aaron needs to go to the All-Star team. It was on this date in 1962, H. Ross Perot began a little company called EDS, Electronic Data Systems, which would eventually turn him into a millionaire. It was on this date make that a billionaire. It was on this date in 1967 the first ATM in the world opened up. This was in London, and I'm pretty sure it didn't take very long, also in 1967, for the first ATM to get robbed. It was on this date in 1981, Kimmy Carnes hit #1 with her Betty Davis eyes. That takes care of what's going on in history, folks. Now here's what's going to change. Instead of covering the news that's going on in the world today, well, we're still going to cover the news, but we're just not going to cover the stuff that you can get on television or through other types of media. We're going to do the Dum Ditty News. So we're going to feature a couple of dumb things that people have done. Like the lady, there's an elderly lady over in Shanghai. I guess she was a little fearful of her flight, or maybe she's afraid of flying, I'm not sure which, or maybe she just wanted to get there safe. Well, she decided to say a little prayer. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? You want to make sure you get to where you're going safe. Well, the Chinese, this Shanghai young lady, I call her young lady, she was an elderly lady. She went one more step. She took 13 coins, which I think is a lucky number, 13 over there in China. She took 13 coins, prayed, and for good luck, threw them into the airplane engine. Well, it worked out for her. She got pretty lucky. She didn't have to sit on the plane for the next 5 hours while the techs came out and fished all them coins out. No, she was in there talking to the police, y'all. Maybe not so lucky after all. All right, something else going on for the Dum Ditty News today. Oscar Mayer. You know Oscar Mayer wieners, right? My Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L. Okay, I guess that's baloney, but you know they make hot dogs. Well, now they're making them without nitrates and without nitrites, without all the extra additives that they used to put in it. It's just pure hot dog right now. And they want to try to feed the homeless, y'all. They want to feed the hungry. And I think that's a noble thing. I'm just not so sure doing it with a drone is the right way. Well, Oscar Mayer is debuting a hot dog drone, a weenie drone. And they're going to fly it in Weiner, Arkansas. Can you believe there's actually a place called Weiner, Arkansas, y'all? So they're going to take the drone and they're going to fly it over the crowd on the 4th of July in Weiner, Arkansas. And they're going to feed everybody, all these hungry folks. But here's the kicker. The payload for the Wienermobile, 1 hot dog. I think it's either going to be taking a whole lot of flights or they're going to be having a whole lot of drones in the sky. Either way, I think I might want to try to be there on the 4th of July 2017 in Weiner, Arkansas. Check it out, y'all. That takes care of the Dum Ditty News. I am DJ Dum Ditty. Until next time.